Hey YouTubers, well today we have to quickly move on to the Packers' important matchup against the Bears. We talk about that matchup, we talk about a new addition to the Packers team that hopefully will help a little bit in the absence of not only James Starks but now Eddie Lacy. And we answer some of the comments that came in on the live show, and it actually ended up being a really fun show, so I hope you will enjoy it. Good Packer Nation morning. Good Packer Nation morning, everybody. I hope you had a decent Monday, even though it's always worse when you're coming off a Packer loss. But Packers got a couple days to right the ship. Of course, the big news today is apparently we have traded for the Chiefs running back, and we passed on C.J. Spiller a long time ago, but Knile Davis is supposed to become a Packer here, and Packers.com has not verified it, made it official yet, but it might be helpful. That's all I can say. I don't really hold a lot of hope in it necessarily, but hey there, Adam. Let me know who you are and where you're coming at me from. Sean is here. Hector is back. Terry and DM and Peter Vargas. How you doing? Trevor is back as well and says, good morning from Metamora, Michigan. That has a really resonant sound to it. Metamora, Michigan. Metamora, I think. Terry is here. Good to see all you guys. Yeah, I don't know what we have traded. I don't think the details have yet come out. We'll see. I think he was like fourth on the depth chart with the Chiefs. They had kind of a log jam, and so it probably won't be much. Atreyu is here. Good to see you, Scott, Bruce, Tim, and Jordan. I hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. We got we'll do. Feed is giving me trouble already today. That's always good. We will do Prediction Thursday this week, so it's all coming up really fast. Time to turn it around and, talk about this big-time rivalry between the Packers and the Bears. We got David, Terry, Kurt is here from West Bend, and Douglas as well. I am really, not clean-shaven today, so unconditional late-round pick, says Terry. Yeah, guys, there's one word that pops in my mind when I think about this rivalry with the Bears, rivalry game with the Bears. This is the meeting number 193, I do believe. And this is, for the second year in a row, we're going to meet them on a Thursday night. And Philip is saying the running back version of Shum. Oh, my goodness. Ouch. Hey, that's one thing I did want to mention, right? And I actually meant to mention it yesterday, but okay, Jacob Shum finally has a good punt against the Cowboys. He finally has a good punt, 47 yards, for crying out loud. I was absolutely flabbergasted. If he does that, maybe if he does it more than once, I may have to eat my words because we have this awful game. And he has his best game of the year. He had one punt. I think it was 47 yards with no return. Dropped it, just knuckleballed it, and dropped it right in there. So John is saying Bears going to be tough because we are not playing well at all. And that's definitely point taken. And this is a team. You look at the Bears. The Bears, of course, they had the matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. These were two one-win teams at the time. And the Bears, they had the Jacksonville Jaguars on their heels, had a big lead at the half. Both of those teams are teams that are better teams than their record shows. And the reason for that is they've lost a lot of games, but they are just barely losing these games points-wise. So we cannot sleep on the Bears in this game. And of course, you look at the last time we met the Bears on a Thursday night, Thanksgiving. It was not a pretty picture. 13-17 loss. Once again, an offense that just could not get it done and a defense that did enough. I'll say that right off the bat. I expect the defense to do enough in this game. Kind of without a doubt to me. I expect the defense to do enough. They're going to be angry. They're going to be ticked off about that Cowboys game. And I think they're definitely going to be doing enough. And the one word that pops into my mind, it's coming up soon because, you look at it. Scoring-wise, The Bears are 31st in the league in scoring right now. You look at what Aaron Rodgers has done in the past to the Bears. Since Aaron Rodgers came on as starting quarterback, Green Bay is 13-4 during regular season and postseason matchups, with one loss in 2013. Remember when Rodgers had to leave that game. Here's the stats for Aaron Rodgers against the Bears. Overall passer rating of 104.3 and has thrown for a passer rating of more than 100 in 6 of the last 10 matchups. Okay, one word keeps coming into my mind. In the last 4 games against the Bears, Rodgers has completed 80 of 120 passes for 1,008 yards, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a passer rating of 127. One word is coming to my mind right now, and I don't think I'm going to do much more for stats. One word comes to mind right now, and that word is opportunity. Opportunity comes to mind. This game, it's not going to be an easy game. Nobody's going to overlook the Bears. This is a rivalry game. We are finally looking to come, last year we had a chance to come even with the Bears in the all-time series. We failed to do that. So now we have to win this game to once again have a chance to come and knock on the door of that again. This is important. Peter Vargas is asking, is playing angry always good? For the Peter. Playing angry when you're on defense in particular, I think is very often helpful. Yeah, very often helpful. Now, I would not say exactly the same thing on the offensive side of the board. And yes, I will say when you play angry, you can make mistakes. And so that is true. But I think this is a team, we are a disciplined enough defense right now in particular that I think when they come back and they're angry about what happened, it's not going to bode well for the Bears running game in particular. I think they're going to come at them with a vengeance. And I'll have my thoughts as to what I think the Bears are going to try to do against us in just a minute. But yes, the point is taken that sometimes playing angry is not a good thing. In particular on offense, that can be not a good thing. On defense, generally speaking, I love it when we're out there and we poke the bear on defense, because what that does is get in the heads of the offensive players, and it's much more critical for them in terms of timing and things like that. Now, that's not to say that it can't be a detriment on the defense as well. Patrick says, took long enough to get a new running back. Yeah, it's just why. I mean, James Starks, we sign him back. Now he's had knee surgery, and when are we going to see him again? Eddie Lacy, this team would love to let Eddie Lacy rest for this game, because then you've got, it's a Thursday game after a Sunday afternoon game. That's a terrible, terrible line. And I would expect the medical staff, they'll make final decision on that, but I would expect them, even if he's ready to go, the question is going to be, is he going to hurt it worse? Peter says Mike Daniels plays angry, and I love that too. Yeah, I'd like to see that. But it would be so great if we could eke out a win against the Bears, having somebody to replace Eddie Lacy within this game. Obviously, Eddie Lacy, we want him to be able to play, but for crying out loud, if he re-injures his ankle or if he can't get it healthy, this is about our only chance. We got to go on the road for all of November, and we've got some tough games coming up. And so we'll see what happens with this new guy coming in. How quickly can he play? But I mean, my goodness, they make a transaction today. Tomorrow he gets to maybe trot out on the field for a few minutes, and then we've got a Thursday night game. So, my guess is we're going to have to once again press Eddie Lacy into service and have this kid, Davis, waiting in case he goes out. I think I made this comment as well. I think we're going to see more of Ty Montgomery once again in the backfield, and maybe Randall Cobb too. Bite your nails, piss and moan if you're Jeff Hayes, right? Buddy, he hates it when Randall Cobb goes back there, and I do too. I get nervous about it. I don't carry as much vitriol about it, but Jeff does not like it. If you're out there, buddy, you can give me a thumbs up, because we hate it when Randall Cobb is in the backfield and we're just waiting and hoping that he doesn't get hurt. So, at any rate, the Bears, I believe, are an opportunity. I think, Aaron Rodgers, it's a great game for him to build some confidence again, get on the same page with his wide receivers. Obviously, you look at the running back situation, and this is the game right now where I would be saying, we need to spread the ball out and sling it around a little bit in this game. Let's go back to, first half against Detroit. We had a lot of success. We were throwing inside slants and things like that. Even Richard Rodgers, we don't need necessarily a Jared Cook to be successful in this game. He's a guy that down the road, if we're going to be successful, we may very well need him out on the field. He was starting to really prove to be a weapon. We're going to need to see Davante Adams have a better game, have a handful of catches in this game. If Aaron Rodgers begins to spread the ball around, I believe I should have kept my stat sheet because I don't want to go get it, but the Packers have scored more than 30 points for a long time against the Bears. We regularly score more than 30 points. So we need to do this. We need to start spreading the ball around. And yeah, Davante, if he's out, then now we got to see Ty Montgomery. Look what happened. They finally put Jared Abbrederis in, and what did he do? He had one target and dropped it. And I don't remember him ever showing up again after that. We're going to need guys to step up. Last week was the step-up game. We knew that to win that game, we were going to have to step up. We still need these guys to step up. I still think we could eke out a win and not show this offense to be clicking on all cylinders yet. I am in a wait-and-see approach. I don't know about you. You can thumbs up me if you are. I said this actually Friday. I still predicted us to win. It was opposite George Day last Friday. I predicted us to win, but I was very much in watching this offense in a wait-and-see mode. I want to see them prove it on the field. And we've got this. This is the issue. You can't just... Yes, the defense has had issues from time to time. Yes, the special teams has taken a step back. But you look at this offense and you look at the personnel that we have on the field, and there are no excuses at this point, even with the injuries, for crying out loud. For this, the defense steps up when injured. They've stepped up and had players come in. But this offense, I am so in a wait and see. You're going to have to prove it to me approach to this offense right now. We go out there, we've got a lot of players out on the field. Aaron Rodgers should be able to throw the ball more accurately than he has. This is not just a one shot, a one game, one bad game deal. This is not just, we came up against the Cowboys and they were such a pressure driven team that we struggle with that because we don't face them all the time. This was just plain some errant throws. And we've seen it again and again at this point. We've also seen, our wide receivers, not having sure hands. We've also seen, we just lost Starks. Now we're going to have another shakeup in the backfield. Eddie Lacy, one of the guys who wasn't even available for the whole game, but he was, to me, player of the game on offense. The one thing we kind of have been able to hang our hat on is that our offensive line has played well. And this is the issue. If Aaron Rodgers has time and we put these personnel, we have him at quarterback and we have these personnel packages that we put on the field, we are going to there is no excuse for not scoring more than 13 points in a game or 17 points in a game. And we are going to have to do better than that at this point. So this is one of those games that, again, I'm going to be excited to see. Have a Thursday night Packer game. I'm also going to be excited because if we eke out a win, we have or perhaps we have that good game. If we have that good offensive game, our defense is going to be more rested and they are going to be out there. They're going to play much better. You look at guys like Guyon and now Pennell and Daniels. These are big boys. You put them on the field for that long, and it really, really puts pressure on them. All right, screens and slants. Abbrederis is injured too. It's pretty much the MO on him. This list is getting longer and longer and longer. Glenn is saying he lives in Illinois. You hold down the fort there, Glenn. We'll try to get one for you. Let's see what else we have. I can't watch it. Oh, we got a fireman's class. Well, Trevor, you are thank you for your service. I mean, you're taking the high road there anyway. And there we go. Nice, good comment by Brent Turner right now. What is with this offense putting the ball on the carpet 4 times a game? I mean, this has got to stop. We've got to do more than just talk about it. We've got to get it done. And part of the way, this is part and parcel of my statement that this offense from the coaching staff on down is lacking in confidence right now. They don't know where the answers lie. And I look at the way we play, and it's not like it would be nice. This is kind of what I was talking about earlier. It would be nice if you could just, I think a lot of the onus of this goes on, on Aaron Rodgers right now. But this is a football game. You watch what goes on. We've got, tip balls, drop balls. We've got receivers running the wrong routes. We've got a decimated running back group. We've got a tight end that is missing. The guy that we really need out on the field is Jared Cook right now to help out with this running back situation. And you can't just pinpoint one thing. We are fine. We've got drives that are getting stopped because of penalties at exactly the wrong time. That would have been points, guaranteed points, at least 3 points. And now we are one of the lowest penalized team in the National Football League. They mentioned it, this past game against the Cowboys. And yet, I've said all along, our penalties are coming at absolutely the worst times. So there is a lot that just needs to be cleaned up. Like we said yesterday, this is a game of inches. The devil's in the details. We're expecting, we haven't heard, I don't think anybody's telling us when Cook is coming back, Glenn. And I think we need him. I mean, obviously he's the kind of, you get a big guy like that, a big body inside, and if we start throwing those slants, he could be a real confidence builder for Aaron Rodgers. And all Aaron Rodgers has to do, it comes and goes. If Aaron Rodgers gets in the zone, we will be unstoppable. Then we've got to expect our wide receivers to catch the ball. But a good way to get in the zone is to throw those inside slants, throw those, short outs, quick three-step drop kind of stuff, or the quick pass. We do that with Randall Cobb on the out quite a bit. But it's very, very disconcerting, the fact that you can look at the same play in two games. And one time it's Aaron Rodgers, off target. The other time Aaron Rodgers is on target and the receiver drops the ball. So Sebastian is asking, when do we press the panic button? My short answer to that is not now. We have, this game against the Bears is going to be incredibly important the way it lays out now. This is a division rivalry game. The last thing we need to do is drop another division game. Then we have to go on the road. So if we win this game again, I'll still be in a holding pattern unless we drop a 50-burger on the Bears. I am not going to expect that when we come up against better defenses, and the Bears are a better defense than they look like on paper too. To my mind, and until we show it and prove it against a high-powered defense, I'm still going to be in a holding pattern about this offense. The devil's in the details. I swear, if we will get the details right now, and Brian's saying 50 burger with cheese, I love it. I love it. And again, if we get the details right, and the offense finally clicks. This could be, this could be a 50 burger. But again, I'm going to be on a very wait and see. This team, to my mind, this offense right now, to my mind, has proved they can maybe score 20 in the 20s, low 20s a game. And that again puts more pressure on our defense. Every defense is going to run into those games where the onus is on you to hold the team down to that 17 to 21 range and give your guys a chance to maybe kick a game-winning field goal. But you look at our competition. We got Washington in there. We got the Falcons in there. We got the Seahawks in there. And then we have that run at the end of the season with the NFC North. It is not an easy road for us, and it's about time we got it together on offense because there's no excuse. Austin is saying he wants Hundley. All right, so you guys heart me if you agree with Austin right now. Why not? Let's throw the question out there. We did love it or leave it, Aaron Rodgers. So let's push the question a little bit further. Austin is saying he wants Hundley. You can love it with a heart or leave it with an angry face. Wants him to start. If we lose, oh gosh. Oh, what if there were no hypothetical questions? I don't even want to go there with losing to the Bears right now. Wow. Yeah. And I think maybe it's a follow-up question to do. Then do we push the panic button? In that case, I think the game against the Cowboys showed to me that while we are a team that can beat anybody, we are a team that can lose to anybody also. And there are teams like that. And the characterization I would give of the Green Bay Packers offense in particular, they're a team that can beat anybody out there, but they're also a team that can lose to anybody out there right now. And the difference to me is they are just not in the zone. They are not clicking. And we're not winning one-on-one matchups. We're not making the plays, these few handful of plays. Every game you're going to have a couple of plays that you miss, but there are a handful of plays that you absolutely have to make. And we have got Aaron Rodgers on this team. We need to count on him. When we need these plays, we have to be able to count on our guys. We've got Randall Cobb out there who's been playing good ball. We got Jordy Nelson, though, who, when we need to count on these guys, he has to make these plays. Mason Crosby has trotted out on the field and given us everything. He's drilling it from Mason Crosby could kick a field goal from the parking lot of Lambeau Field right now. But that's just not enough. That's, your field goal kicker shouldn't be the only guy that can score points on the team. We finally, against the Cowboys, score like a second half touchdown. Give me a break, and did nothing. In the first, and Scott saying Mason is money. We've got to be able to rely on our guys. Our defense has gone out there, and they've been the side that has truly been missing their playmakers. And they've been relying on guys to step up. Guys have done a good job. But we have our playmakers still there on offense, and they're going to need to step up. So if we lose this game, I think that my thinking about this team will change once again. And that will be that, no, we're not an offense that can beat anybody but can also lose to anybody. We are an offense that can beat any team that our defense can hold to low 20s, possibly, and possibly no better than that. Now, in terms of wins and losses, then, the entire outlook of the season could change at that point. So to answer your question, if we push the panic button, if we lose to the Bears, here's my answer to the question. Okay, so here's my bailout answer. Let's not lose to the Bears. I'm going to say it when my feed is giving me crap. Let's just not lose to the Bears, okay? I hope you accept that response with my nice little explanation up front, because the answer at that point may be yes, okay? All right, guys, my feed is giving me trouble right now. So, and I am in as good a shape and as good a spot as I could possibly be. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it short today. Tomorrow, I am not sure if I will be able to do the show. MJ's saying, just win, baby. And I completely agree. Bryce is saying everybody needs to step up. And that's really the point. We need to be trending in the right direction. We're just not doing that right now. Peter, good point, my friend. Peter is out there saying that Aaron Rodgers has had one beautiful, perfect pass to Jordy, had one. And this is the thing. It's not that Aaron Rodgers isn't capable, and that's why I say I really think the offense just needs to get in the zone. Once you get that confidence back, I think that they can still get in the zone. And again, that's where we can be a devastating offense. The funny thing is we have the personnel to be devastating, even with the injuries. The problem is there are so many moving parts to a West Coast offense that if a few guys just are a little bit off on a few plays, the whole offensive cast can change. And I think that's what we're seeing right now. MJ says he's got an extra ticket for me. Oh, I'm leaving on a jet plane. Man, yeah, hooking me up. Hey, you need to message me, man. I don't know, maybe you did. You need to message me about that. I may jump on a plane if you're not, blowing wind up my skirt right now. So. Jerry Finley out there is saying Aaron needs to target Randall more. I think getting Randall involved more. I think, honestly, like we had talked about earlier, if we can get Randall involved more in the slot, and not be pulling him back into the backfield. Let's let Montgomery carry that load. I mean, he's a little bit lower risk in my estimation. And he's a little bit big, partly because he's a bigger guy. So yeah, I agree. All right, here we go. I knew this was coming today. Tom, Rodgers might need a bottle of scotch to watch the game film. Oh, that comment, that was so out of left field for him to make that comment that I'm going to have a glass of scotch and watch the game film. Man, I don't know what to. Why don't you emoji me your thoughts, Packer Nation, on the comment that Aaron Rodgers made? Because it could be not a big deal. It could be really. It could make some of you guys angry. It might make some of you sad. You might be, if you're fine with it, say thumbs up. No big deal. If you love it or you think it's funny, you can put the laugh button. I just had to laugh, but then I got to thinking about it. And I was like, man, that's such an odd comment to make. A lot of people are laughing. This one is a great one. This is a great question. Thank you for mentioning that, Tom. Emoji me your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers' comment about having a glass of scotch and watching the game. I think I would have been perfectly fine with the comment had he put in the disclaimer that, I'm going to have a glass of scotch. I'm going to watch the game film. Maybe I don't deserve the scotch this time. If he had said that, I would have no problem whatsoever. But I'm looking at him playing the game and I'm like, I don't know that scotch is going to help you right now. Although maybe Tom, maybe he would get that sort of peaceful, easy feeling. And maybe it would loosen him up. He would relax. And maybe he should have a glass before the Thursday night game. No problem, sir. Oh, what a great comment. I love it, man. I love this show because we can go live like this and you guys can do this stuff. I get a kick out of it. All right. Bryce says, help him forget, man. Oh, I'm tearing up. I'm laughing so hard. Oh, man. I couldn't believe that even came out of his mouth. I was dying. And then later, like I said, I was like, man, that's really weird. Yeah, and Will's comment, of course they're making fun of it. The media is going all walking tall on this comment. Ross is saying, how about saying Papa Bruce? Oh, I missed it, Ross. I don't know. I don't know. I think there are several out there. I have a lot of, Irish background, so I'm sure there are several out there. We know the Packers history. I'm going to forget who said it. I know somebody's going to be able to remind me. It's just escaping me right now. Was it Max McGee that said, I'll take a whiskey drinker over a milk drinker any day? I have got to go back. I need to write a cheese article or something on that because that goes straight to Aaron Rodgers' comment. And as of right now, I'm perfectly fine with it. I don't care what the press says now because I just remembered that. And you are welcome. I brought that. No one has ever said that. I brought that up except me that I've heard so far, okay? And if somebody mentioned it in the comments, kudos to you. Love on you, all over you. But my comment is Max McGee, and I'm pretty sure it was Max McGee now, who said, I'll take a whiskey drinker to a milk drinker any day. And I'm a huge milk drinker because I'm a Wisconsin boy. But I think that's the answer that we should be giving as Packer Nation when anybody gives any crap about Aaron Rodgers out there. So, hey, give me a thumbs up if you agree with that, okay? I'm gonna try to give myself a little love today because I need it. So, and Sherry's saying he doesn't act relaxed. Yeah, that's true. Phil is saying maybe he needs to start eating dairy again. Good point, Phil. I may have to steal that from you because I will try to give you credit where credit is due because I may be writing a cheese article about that whiskey drinker comment, and I will try to give you a shout out in that, maybe in the Facebook post if I ever end up posting it. But man, this is awesome. All right, guys, my feed got better. I was really happy about that. But I am gonna let you guys go for the day. One of the things that tomorrow I am not certain that I will be able to do the show. I have to go. I don't have to, but I am going to, if I can, and I'm not sure what time it is, go to the trial of the dude who broke into my home. So this is the interesting story of the day. You can head out now if you're not interested because it doesn't have to do with football right now. But yeah, dude broke into my home. He's actually quite fortunate that he is able to go to jail because it got a little tense, and Brady got a little tense. But I'm going to go check out the trial and see how that goes. He is looking at 3 to 15 for aggravated burglary right now, I think, if the research I did was right. So Peter Vargas, great comment. I'm lactose intolerant, but I eat my Wisconsin cheese. Awesome. So yeah, I may or may not be able to do the show. If I'm here, I will do it. I guarantee it. If not, I may even try to just switch the time, although I know some of you guys, especially Jared Dixon and our Australian sort of contingency, we got a few of them out there, would not be able to maybe show up later on. And so I will do the best I can to be right back here, same bat time, same pack place. That's what I should say, same pack time, same pack place. And I enjoyed all your comments today. Hector, I went gangsta on somebody. That is quite literally the case almost. It was very close. Yep, he is. Had my children been here, it would have been a very different ending to the story, quite possibly. But it all ended, I think, the correct way. So I was happy that I didn't, here's the story. The guy, my home I didn't have a security system because I couldn't afford one, frankly. Everybody around me does. And the guy had actually been tooling around in a couple of the other homes around here. There's a lady that I think was by herself down just about 2 doors down, and he came to her door and was asking weird questions or something. But he ended up coming into my house through the garage door. My garage door was open. It wasn't open, but it wasn't locked. And I'm very happy that he came to my house because I work at home. So I was here, and I can handle. I mean, I'm much happier than him going with this poor lady down here. That could have been. Not that I'm not saying anybody is incompetent or unable to protect themselves, but I'm just happy that it happened the way it did, and it was in my home, and I was alone, and we took care of it. And the Johnson City Police Department came out and did a great job, and he's on his way. He had just gotten out of jail less than a year ago. And so this is a guy that just didn't need to be on the streets, and I'm very happy that he didn't end up in someone else's. I have neighbors, one that's over 80 over here, but he can handle himself, let me tell you. This guy over here in his office has more African head mounts of boars and ibexes, and he's got white-tailed deer. He's got everything. So this guy in his home or my home, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. But I'm still glad that it didn't happen because he and his wife are over 80. But anyway. All right, guys. Sorry, I didn't really mean to mention that. I just wanted to let you guys know that I may or may not be able to do the show tomorrow. So lock and load, brother. All right, DM. Yeah. I'm and I think it's very important to be extremely cool and level-headed, and I think, having the tools you need to protect yourself is a very good thing. And I think having what you need to protect yourself has been the thing that helps me be cool and level-headed, because I know that I don't need to panic. I don't need to get angry necessarily. I need to take the proper steps. And in this case, it worked. I mean, you learn a lot in a situation like that. One of the things here, this may or may not be of interest. Again, jump off if it's not of interest. I totally understand. One of the things that I will mention, and this, it's well worth listening. A lot of people talk about fight or flight, and I mentioned this. I did a little personal video about it when it happened. A lot of people talk about fight or flight, and there's only a couple problems with that. One is it's only 2/3 of the equation, and it's ass backwards. This is what this isn't my analysis. This is from, and I forget the guy's name, but he was an expert, body language expert, basically one of these human lie detectors with the CIA or the FBI. And he says the only problem with fight or flight is it's ass backwards, and it's only 2/3 of the equation. The real equation is freeze, fly, or fight. This is how we survived as human beings. But the interesting part about that to me is the freeze comes first. That's a limbic response. And to me, a lot of times when danger hits, your automatic response, and you watch, I've seen this. I've been in the room when guns have gone off accidentally. And the first thing everyone does is freeze. So one of the most important things to pay attention to and think about is how do you get yourself out of that frozen limbic response and into determining what you're going to do next. So there's my little
interesting tidbit of the day, but it's worth paying attention to for life in general. There's a lot of things. One of the things I look for in leaders that I'm looking to bring on is what happens when the crisis happens. Who comes out of the frozen state first? I worked in manufacturing. An accident, a wheel breaks or something. Who are the ones that come out of that frozen state, deer in the headlights, and are moving towards solution of the problem? So that's probably, you guys may all have already known that. But at any rate, guys, I'm going to let you go for the day. I hope you do have a great day. We are coming very close in terms of the game that's coming out in this month. We're getting very close. I pretty soon will have the actual name of the game, which we don't even have yet. And they're purposefully keeping that out because once it goes, this thing is going to go like wildfire. And we are expecting to be competing with FanDuel, DraftKings right out of the box, go straight to the top of Google Play. So at any rate, some cool stuff is happening. I should have some information for you soon. As soon as I get it, I promise you, I will get all the information to you as fast as I can. Okay. And Peter is asking if I have a security system. I do now. The only security system I had up until this point was me and the personal, skills that I have at that point. After it happened, I just couldn't let my kids. It wasn't going to bother me, but I definitely upgraded. I did a little bit of in undergraduate. I did a little security work, and I've always wanted to upgrade here. I did have a camera out front. But I have upgraded since, and it was a cost I couldn't afford, but I just couldn't let my kids come back to the house until I had done a couple more things. So correcting a few problems, a little more lighting, and then some brake sensors, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yes, thank you for asking. All right, guys. Well, you have a great day. If we can get through hump day, then we got Packer football coming back. So it's getting better and better and better. Have a good one. I will talk to you hopefully, if I can, tomorrow. Same pack time, same pack place. Talk to you later. Get the ring.